Shellcast. This is the fabulous Anna Richard. Over there is Justin Hamilton. And the gorgeous Tegan Higginbotham is here.
Hello.
Looking stunning.
Thank you.
It's not really coming across, though.
Oh, hang on, Tegan. Yes, Tegan's looking good as well.
Gosh.
Looking.
My compliments.
You got to get them where you can, sister. And if you're not quick enough, this ship will be gone.
The boat will sail. Now, Juzzy, can I reveal to you what I have found? I should reveal that we record this in the Southern Cross Austereo Digital Studios.
Big fans.
In Melbourne, where you used to work once upon a time, and you might have been responsible for this.
Finger Knuckle, where there's murder on the dance floor. BYO murder. Finger Knuckle.
That was definitely me. That was Charlie Pickering doing one, actually.
Charlie Pickering's voice.
Finger Knuckle came about, and I'm sorry if anyone saw the show Idiot Man-Child, but Finger Knuckle came about when I was in Adelaide with Dave Thornton, and we were doing stuff for the Adelaide Fringe, and we went into a nightclub, and it was the kind of nightclub where if someone found you attractive, they were going to glass you and rape you, and the men were scary as well, right? So Thorno and I, being the effeminate men that we are, were kind of terrorised by this, and then we just started riffing about this place called Finger Knuckle, and it just became this thing that went back and forth for 3 weeks, and then as I do, because I don't have much going on in my life, I became obsessed with it. This is what happens when you don't have a wife, a partner, or kids, or a proper job, or a life that fits into society. I obsessed about Finger Knuckle to such an extent that when I was working at Austereo with Charlie Pickering and Terry Siakis...
On the Triple M network.
Yes, we were doing a breakfast show on the weekends. I started writing adverts. This was towards the end of the show. I knew the show was ending. So I just thought, well, let's see what I can get away with. And I started making these Finger Knuckle ads, and they kept getting progressively worse each week. And Finger Knuckle Nightclub, where if you have a moustache, you're my type of lady. Finger Knuckle. Like that. There are also longer ads as well. And Charlie and I just kept... Terry Siakis was on maternity leave, so Charlie had the 7pm project and talking about your generation, so he didn't care anymore, and I never cared. Because I'm a fucking maverick, mofos, right? So I just said, and you know, one of the great things about Pickering that people don't understand is, like, you watch him on The Project, with his
formerly 7pm project,
with his sensible hair and his nice clothes, and he does dress well,
he's very snazzy,
and he's also, remarkably intelligent and knows what he's talking about,
without a doubt. But
beside all of that,
apart from all of that, there's this rebellious side to Charlie that is constantly under shackles, and he has a marvelous sense of humor, and when you go with something, he will jump on board and go all the way. Hence the TV show, the radio show that we started, which was Lonely Mountain, where we were two cowboys, and he was gay and quite clearly wanted to bang me, and I was oblivious to it all. You know.
Oh wow! Where can we listen to that?
Don't worry, I've got them too. So, but anyway, so we started putting these ads on, and I kept waiting because I kept waiting to get in trouble. But because Austereo didn't care about our show anymore, and we quite clearly didn't care about the show, anyway, to make a long story short, it was a week after we'd finished, and then Austereo got in touch with my manager, Kevin White, and said, how long have these adverts been happening? And they've been happening for ages. And the reason I got busted was because people rang up to complain saying, what's going on with those Finger Knuckle ads? They don't even tell you where it is.
No.
So people wanted to go.
People wanted to go. They were mad for it. Geraldine Hickey guested on the show for about 4 weeks, and she was riffing off it like she loved it. Like, it was her place to go, and like she was taking it places that even made me think, I don't know if I meant to say this. Yeah. That's how much she was into it.
Well, shall we hear one of your full-length commercials?
Yeah, sure.
All right, here we go.
Hey kids, if you like eating fried food, drinking loads of booze, and love watching massive brawls, come down to Finger Knuckle Nightclub. We're open 24 hours, 7 days a week, and we let anyone in, especially if they're not dressed appropriately. Finger Knuckle.
Monday nights we have women wrestling in the mud with bricks.
Finger Knuckle.
Tuesday is our roadkill party
Parmigiana night.
Finger knuckle.
Wednesday night, we have our electric acoustic night.
Finger knuckle.
Thursday is ladies' nights, where any chick that enters before 3 a.m. gets a shot of bourbon.
Finger knuckle.
And then for the weekend, we crank it up to 11 with DJ Ed.
Why is he called DJ Ed?
Because sometimes he forgets to turn up.
Oh, what a Ed.
Finger knuckle.
This is the only club where men are men, women are hot and up for it, and our bouncers haven't slept since 1982, giving the night that sense that anything can happen.
Finger knuckle.
We're the only club in the land to play AC/DC at 800 beats per minute, and if that doesn't give you a heart attack, then the strobe lights on the bar will blow your mind.
Finger knuckle.
So get down, place a knife in your shoe and carve up the floor. Come to Finger Knuckle, where the blood on the dance floor could be yours.
Finger knuckle.
Wow.
You know what the best thing about this is that this is actually the original recordings. Like, I had to re-record it for my show. But these are the original recordings. That's a Dave Thornton classic right there. AC/DC at 800 beats per minute.
I like wrestling in the mud with bricks.
Yeah.
I like put a knife in your shoe and to cut up the dance floor.
Yeah. Yeah, it was inspiring. I worked out how it could work as a TV show where where Thorno and I play two guys who have won the lottery, and the next
I
three...
thought you were going to be the bouncers. I'm going to say Halen Pace did that one.
No. This will be heaps better. We're two guys that have won the lottery, and we've won
Winners
so
and
much
losers.
money. It's better than that. And then we've won so much money that the next three generations of our family never have to work. But we've always wanted to open up a nightclub, so we open up this club called Finger Knuckle, and it's like one of those clubs where it would be set is in the middle of a car park at a shopping centre, and it's lots of failed nightclubs. So there's bits of the decor that used to be there. So when there's a bit of Egyptian stuff when it used to be an Egyptian nightclub, or when it used to be a tiny Irish strip club called Leprechaun, and
Leprechaun.
and it's a sports bar. It's a lacrosse sports bar, and it's all these things. And so I'd play this guy who's, both the characters are really lovely, but they're fucking idiots. Like, there's a guy who plays covers, and we think they're originals, so we're always there going, why don't you play that song about when you went to Vietnam and it made you feel bad? And it's like, I was like, what's it called? And the guy says, K-Sun. It's like, God, such a great song. I don't know why you're not a fucking massive hit, you know? Like, they're just idiots. But, and the first episode you'd see my character paying a guy who sells the Big Issue $100. And then the next episode you see two guys selling the Big Issue, and I sell them both. So however long you go, like, each episode would start with, if you did 30 episodes, you'd have a 3-minute scene of 30 guys all being paid $100. But every episode would finish with my character having a heart attack, and every episode would start with me walking in and everyone, my character's Gary, and them saying, are you all right, Gary? And he's so positive. He's like, oh, I've never felt chipper. So every episode finishes with him, bam, heart attack. Next episode, walking in, g'day.
Everything's fine.
It would be great. I think it would work. But, I was told that it would be too masculine. The show would be too masculine.
Oh, really? You think? I don't know.
Wait, how's it masculine? It's more, it's not masculine, it's more
Is
like
there
the
a
young
lady
ones.
from Leprechaun still there?
No, what happens
She's
is-
still employed?
No, my eldest daughter, who's only 12 years younger than me, turns up and she realises that I'm an idiot, and she's the smart one trying to save me from, spending all my money.
So she's like Safi from Ab Fab.
Yes, yeah, Safi character. So the smartest person there is my oldest daughter. Everyone keeps saying, is this your girlfriend? I'm like, no, why do you think that? She's my daughter. How old is she? She's 25. How old are you? 37?
It's like Boardwalk Empire all over again.
It is all over. Too masculine. Like, you don't think of the young ones and go, oh, that's too masculine. You just go, that's as funny as fuck.
blokey, though.
But it's just funny.
Yeah,
It's just funny.
Yeah.
Like, we try to categorise things too
See,
quickly.
but this is something like, I've always had this theory that the difference between male comedy and female comedy is the fact that men want, in their comedy, as they want in their sex life, punchlines. They want it to end on a very fun, exciting note.
I'm not like that.
Whereas
Hang on,
women,
Luke's talking about routines or sex life. I don't need a punchline.
but with women, it's more about the journey.
Yeah.
They don't care where it ends, as long as it's funny getting there.
Yeah.
And it's, women are all about shared experiences. Like, when you see a female comedian, often the women are in the audience like, oh my God, you're totally like that. Like, that's what it's like. And that's why a lot of men don't understand Sex in the City. They're like, what? I don't get it. There's no punchlines. Where are the jokes?
Yeah,
But
right.
it's, it's funny.
Yeah.
But, this is my whole theory about the difference between men and women and their different comedies. That's me.
Yeah.
From the outside.
Looking
in.
But I reckon
I'm
this...
neither.
You
Wait a
just sit in the
minute.
middle and it's awesome.
What happens if you enjoy the journey and punchlines?
Well, then you're a sensitive man.
Yeah, there you go. Any ladies listening? I'm a sensitive man. That's what I'm saying. What do you enjoy, Tegan?
I don't know.
You enjoy punchlines, don't you?
I do. I enjoy punchlines. I like that big rah laugh.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's very. And I also I did a lot of work with a guy. I worked for so long in a duo, so I think that I enjoy that slapstick kind of the punchline.
That's a lot of the stuff that you did when you first started was very physical, wasn't
Very
it?
physical, and I really do enjoy working
started off-
towards that big laugh.
The big laugh.
Yeah,
Because you were 7 when you started, weren't you?
close enough. 17. I started.
17?
I know. I started the school holidays
my
after I finished high school.
God. I remember the first time I saw Tom Ballard, who now does Breakfast at Triple J.
Yeah.
And he was, I think, 19 at the time, was doing
Yeah.
a gig and talking, being quite open about his sexuality.
Yeah.
And I was hosting the night, and he was, he's a very intelligent, forthright comedian, and was talking about, being out of the closet at 19. And I was hosting, and I just went, oh, bless Tom. He's so lovely and so nice. I didn't start doing stand-up till I was 25 because when I was 19, I was too busy sucking cock.
It's true. You guys keep talking. I'm going to go and get Gatesy, who's
is
finally
he?
turned up.
Yay,
Oh, yay.
Casey.
I was trying not to point out what a fucking flake he was, but no, you go on, put that in the podcast. But no, yeah. So you haven't. Does it worry you that you've not had the life outside of comedy
Well,
to talk about?
I still have
That
to.
worries
I
me.
mean, comedy's by no means supported me up until now.
hasn't supported any of us.
So I've definitely still had to have a life outside
job.
of comedy. Yeah. And I have things like, I grew up in Dandenong, if that's not experiencing things.
That's plenty of experience.
I went to the third worst school in Australia when I was in year 12. But God damn it, I was captain of that rabble. So
third worst
school. We were the ones who, apparently, when most kids get expelled twice,
Yeah.
no other schools will accept them. We did, though. We just took the rabble.
Are you allowed to name it? The
Cleland Secondary College.
third. What secondary?
Cleland.
Cleland.
It's in Dandenong.
Dandelion.
Yeah, you'd think with Cleland, like Cleland College, it actually sounds
classy,
quite good,
Cleland.
but it's most certainly not. Yeah.
I went to Princess Hill Secondary College,
Right.
which the only other famous person who went there was Ruby Rose. So there's something in the water.
Something in the water.
And we were the drug school, apparently.
Oh, right.
Which
yeah.
I didn't know. Like everyone used to say, oh, Princess Hill, that's the drug school. I was like, it wasn't the drug school.
I'm oblivious to that sort of stuff too. People will be dealing in front of me and I'll just be like, hey, they're just shaking hands. Like I never see anything.
Oh no, I was racking up lines on the table in the accounting class, and I was like, "It's not the drug school. Like it's just normal. Everyone does drugs at my school. It's not. Oh, is it only my school where that happens? Right.
See, I just don't think anybody at my school had the money for it. It was Dandenong. We're all
See,
just trading whiz fizz and getting high off
This
that.
was the horrible, like the perfect storm of kind of wealthy inner cities kids as Carlton became in Melbourne became like a really
right.
kind of a rich suburb.
Yeah.
So kids with money, and then there's the flats. So access to drugs.
Yeah.
So it was the perfect place
really
to have
cool
the drug
mix,
school.
yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Some rich kids, some kids who can make money off the rich kids, and next thing you know, racking up lines in accounting.
You've got really interesting PE classes where you're all just sprinting.
No, oh my God. If we went to PE.
True.
We still ate pies. Now, how's your boxing going?
It's going good. I've got my fight this Thursday.
Oh my God! Because we should explain to everyone anyone who didn't go to the shelf, which we learned over the 4 weeks that
Yes.
Tegan was getting punched in the head
And
for comedy.
other areas.
and
I
other
got
areas.
boxed in the box one day.
You got boxed in the box?
I did. We're working
Get
on these
out.
body shots. We're meant to be, punching to the body, and I'm holding
Yeah.
this big mat pad thing for this girl to aim at. And then she just got her aim wrong and bam, punched me in my bits.
You didn't have a protective box in your box?
Well, you're not meant to hit below the belt, so I wasn't
Hence
really...
the saying.
Yeah, not below. So I wasn't really anticipating it. And then it was just like, oh, hello there.
So, sorry,
Boxed in the
now that we've
box.
come back, we have Gatesy.
Hi,
Who
Casey.
got boxed in the box?
It was me.
Tegan.
Tegan got boxed in the box and she wasn't wearing a box.
Yeah.
It's so funny when Tegan asked me to direct her show about boxing, never at any point did I think, I will have to go and watch her box.
And get punched in the head.
Yeah.
And I'm
What sort of director are you? Of course you're going to be there. Ground zero.
But I've just got such a great imagination. I figured she could have given me the cliff notes, and I'll sort it out myself. But
you've
now
gotta be there.
I have to go, and
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
So it's
like,
this week.
It's this
Yeah,
week,
it's
and I'm
really disturbing.
I'm a little bit worried because I'd had a couple of people tell me, look, the lady fights, they're never as intense. You know, they're still really, really good, but they're not quite as injury laden.
That's bullshit. Have you ever seen Tripod fight?
Scrappy. It's scrappy. I sweat a
lot
lot,
of
so I'm a bit
nails.
slippery.
Oh, that's good. That's good though. But I went and saw this this boxing tournament out in Brunswick 2 weeks ago, and there was about 10 fights all up, one of which was girls, and that was the only one where there was an injury. And the injury was this girl. She didn't have her nose broken. It
Yeah.
was mashed. Like it was reduced to goo.
Yeah.
And I'm just standing out in the crowd losing my mind because that's my one thing. I understand
Not
that
my
I'm
pretty face!
Yeah, not my nose. Like even give me a black eye. I'm fine with that. I've got a lot of
You've got a good
foundation.
nose.
But I just don't. So I've been doing these little exercises where I'm just kind of trying to soften.
Take a lot. Take a lot of photos of your nose from a lot of angles for when you need to have it reconstructed.
Tegan was just, as she was just describing that, she was pushing her nose either side like
She
that.
was.
They're the exercises she's been doing.
Yeah.
Just soften
Yeah.
it, and then it might not.
Can I
break.
tell you? I think this is something women should have been doing for a long time. Boxing. 'Cause
Well,
think
it's,
about it. They wear gloves. They fight over a purse and a belt. It's all about accessories. It's
really
about
is.
shopping.
But funny thing is actually, women.
Adam pointing out that he goes to King Street a lot on Saturday nights. That's where he sees it all.
No, I didn't. Normally that joke would be about gay men, but then that ends with being punched in the ring, and no one needs to hear that.
Yeah.
Oh no!
We've already had a punched in the box joke, so
Mashed in the minge. Well, you can just go on
mashed
and
in the
on.
minge.
Punched in the pussy.
minge.
I've thought of a lot of them.
Wow.
Wow.
I'll think of more.
I don't know
I'll
whether
think
to be
of more.
turned on or
I don't
completely
know.
horrified.
Exactly. It's a weird place in your head, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a place I often spend time too.
Yeah.
But it's actually really interesting because women have been trying, the next Olympics will be the first Olympics where women have been allowed to box. But then they're trying to bring in this new rule that the women have to wear skirts because now apparently they're boxing that well that people who are watching the fight can't tell if it's a men's fight or a woman's fight.
Oh.
So they're trying to force them to
And
yeah, this
the
is an
amount of
actual
times,
thing.
this
That
is true,
is
the amount of
ridiculous.
times I have watched a bout of boxing and found out that they were guys at the end, and I've been so angry.
Surely
that would be
Because
good.
you're all turned on
Surely the
and then
fact
it's-
that they've got tops on will be the giveaway that it's women because men don't wear tops.
What does it matter though?
Men don't
That's
wear
the
little.
thing, and it's also
little brass
surely
top.
you're not watching them specifically because they're a girl or a guy. It's you're just looking at the.
Why don't we
and the-
stuff the skirts? Let's just put them in bikinis.
Yes.
See?
Oh, hang on.
Because then we'll know.
Yeah.
Then we'll really know.
Are you
We know
joking?
which ones to... No.
I just want to know which side I'm on here.
Are you being serious?
From Syria? Well, you'll have to tell us next week if you're free to how the boxing match went.
Yeah,
how
if
your
I'm,
first
if I'm not
fight.
still in the emergency
And
ward, I
also,
will come in. Yeah.
what are you going to do? You're going to be like Tom Hardy and Warrior and try and take him out in one punch? Are you going to be Muhammad Ali, dope on a rope?
It's,
You're going to be...
Well, I'm going to trash talk a lot, so they'll get in the.
Are you going to have a mouth guard?
Yeah, but I'm
Oh, so you're going to go the Rocky, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, I think there's one of two girls that I could potentially be fighting. One who I've got a chance with, one who will beat the shit out of me. But in each case, I'm taller than them both.
Well,
I'm
that's
just-
good.
Yeah, so I'm just going to try.
So they
and-
can punch you under the chin.
Yeah, they
Awesome.
can do all that sort of stuff. But hopefully,
Do they know, Tegan, do they know why you're doing it? Do they know why,
well,
what the...
It's actually really funny because on the website that's promoting it, you've got all the girls listed and all their motives for why they want to fight. One's like it's her lifelong ambition. The
To
other one's
punch
is to
bitches
kick
in the
ass.
mouth.
Yeah. The other one's is to kick ass. Mine is because Mum told me not to.
Pretty funny. And what's your nickname?
My nickname, well, it was the Terror.
Oh.
It was the Terror, but I kind of didn't like it, so I've had it changed to to Thunderchild, which is a reference from
Thunderchild.
War of the Worlds.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
I just need to point out in this room, you did not have to explain where that came from.
I usually do, but here everybody just went, "Oh yeah, that's cool."
You did that lot?
Exactly, yeah. I've just been listening to that album again and again, but everybody at boxing just didn't get the reference at all. So like, why don't we call you Thunder Boom? I'm like, no, you don't get it. There's a point.
What do we
to
call you?
Maybe-
Thunder thighs?
Maybe Do they? Is the entrances a lot like pro wrestling where there's
we've got to pick our song.
So you got to choose some great Richard Burton bits from the thing.
That'd be sweet.
And talking about Thunder Child, brilliant.
Who would have believed in the
Yes.
No, I was going to go with
Who would have believed in the 18th century that beings from another planet could come to ours? That would be a great entrance, actually.
I know what you should enter to.
Yeah.
Finger Knuckle Nightclub. No locks on the dunny doors so we can get the corpses out quicker. Finger Knuckle.
Yes, that's perfect.
You should be sponsored by Finger Knuckle.
I'll just have you across the back of my gown.
like little bra top.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. No, I was
do it with a transfer, and as the fight wears on, you're just seeing like the K peel off and stuff like that. Because that's the quality of Finger Knuckle.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in seeing roller derby.
Oh, roller derby's great.
Have you
I
been?
once got to interview a load of roller derby girls, and they're great. They're hard
Because
women.
I think
They're
that
awesome.
would be a
They are
really
cool.
strange cut-off point between...
That can be your 2013 show.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just don a pair of skates and.
I don't know what seeing a roller derby would be sexy and terrifying.
I actually met a guy once who admitted that he goes down and watches, because there's a big roller derby scene that's really sprung up in Melbourne, and he watches it every time it's on. But he was watching it in the weird ways. I just love watching the girls
newspaper
skate
on his
around.
lap.
Yeah,
Skate
it's a
around,
bit weird.
chuck themselves into stuff.
No, Kim Hope used to have that in her show. Remember she did that show where she had
right.
the skinny bra top with the leather
Yes,
shiny.
yes.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And she used to have like about 2 or 3 guys in the front row every show who'd come thinking it was some other kind of show, not a comedy
no.
show.
That's unfortunate.
Newspaper in the lap or a hat.
It's all right. Still sales.
Kim delivers on all fronts, really.
Yeah, she'd be telling everyone about, her boob sweat and the classiness of wearing that outfit.
It's a bust. That was my favourite Kim.
Yeah. It's a bust. It's an E-bust. Now, right, we'll hear about you and how you got punched in the head. Now,
Yep.
Gatesy.
What about me?
Last week, you told us you were going to do your very first gig alone
and
at the Spleen Bar.
yes.
How did it go?
Well, I screwed up. It's tonight.
I'm on tonight. I'll get to see you.
Oh, you'll get to see what I did a thing. See, the great thing about this solo performing things...
Remember how before I said I didn't want to point out in the podcast that he was a complete flake?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pointless, really, wasn't it? Trying to hide that.
But yeah, I'll be tonight. But I'm going to do some... Because of this is just between
Did you
Tegan and
go
I.
down there and it wasn't on?
Yeah, I went down there. I went down there and Carl Chandler, lovely, he said, I think you're next week. I got a feeling you're next week. And it was really hot in there. It was just a really hot night. And I spoke to Flick. Flick was there. Sue was going to...
Felicity Ward.
Yeah. And it was just so warm that I didn't want to add to the... I mean, you can go
heat.
on. They said you can go on. And I said,
Yeah.
no, I'm not going to make this night longer.
Yeah.
So,
Wow, you'll never make it as a comedian.
No.
You gave up stage time
Yeah.
because of comfort.
Yeah, you didn't want it to go longer.
Yeah, no.
Being
What?
considerate
No.
of the audience.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Were you at
but,
the show?
But you know what? I went to a mate's 40th birthday because I've just stopped going to 21st. And
You should go back to them.
No.
It's a really good place to meet people that you
Yeah.
have nothing in common with.
I know. Yeah.
I actually do that at 40th as well.
I don't go out. That's it. My mate Steve and an old schoolmate Ben, I told them about this gig and they were very excited. And at about 11:30 last Monday night,
Oh, no.
they're going, "What the fuck, dude?" I get this text. So they've been sitting in this room for 2.5 hours waiting for me to come on. I felt terrible. But they
You,
were,
and
it
you
was
were at a
their
gig
fault.
that wasn't on.
They were making me feel guilty, yet they were trying to surprise me by not telling me they were there. Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
What would you do?
I'd get new friends.
Yeah. Well, that's your answer to everything.
It really is. That is not that far removed from the truth. Someone told me the other day that a friend of theirs of 25 years had hadn't been there for them through this crisis, and what should I do? And I said, get rid of them. He said, I've been friends for 25 years. I said, that's 25 years of baggage that you can fuck off to make some new friends.
Yeah.
I'm all over that.
Was it me? Because I've dumped a lot of friends lately. Shitting me.
I read a thing. Apparently, they've got 7 years. Most friendships have a 7-year lifespan, and then
Really?
break up. Yep.
I've got some that have been going for 14, 15 years and should have been put out of their misery about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
7 years. That's interesting.
But then you start,
they did
a
a
comedy
test.
night with them, and
then,
it's just, you
No,
suck it
he's
up.
awesome. I love her. But it's those people that that you talk to and you're just like, I haven't been asked a question by you in about 4 years. And because comedians are like that, and actors and other needy fucks that we all work with.
People in entertainment.
In the entertainment industry who just come at you and it's like, oh my God, I've got to tell you about me, I. Oh, well, that's been an hour and a half. I've got to go. Anyway, I haven't asked you a single question. Oh my God, I'm so needy. Anyway, next time we catch up, I'll ask all about you. Bye.
Wow, that sounds very specific.
I reckon that's pretty common, though. I reckon in any sort of like, if you're listening at home, you don't have to be in the entertainment industry to find dickheads in your friend circle.
We attract them, though.
Oh, that's true.
More than anyone else.
You're probably right.
But no, a friend of mine who's an actress went, I was like, because she was doing, that psychotherapy nonsense. Not that it's nonsense, it's quite good. And I said, what did you do when you started to, do therapy? How did you deal with all your friendships that you would realised were fucked? And she went, I just went through a period where if a friend of mine who was an actor didn't ask me a question after 3 meetings, 3 times of catching up with them, then I would just never return their calls.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think that's even quite lenient, though, after 3 times of meeting.
Never having been asked a question.
Yeah,
Actors don't ask questions. Comedians don't ask questions.
There you go.
That's not true.
You've never asked me a question.
Is that
ever.
true, Adam? See, I just asked you a question.
Oh, well. Gatesy here, just ruining all our theories.
I'm just defending the fucking entertainment, whatever, comedian dudes.
I have some great friends in the entertainment industry, and they're
generalising.
Absolute.
Yeah, every now and again you ask me a question, Hamo. Yes. Every now and again.
Yeah, like, what do you think of me? I'm very Bette Midler about it.
Enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think of me? Well, we should ask a question. I think should we get on to European Man?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes.
And,
yeah.
Why don't you? Do you want to give him a buzz? And by the way, anyone who is wanting to watch some reality TV that is good needs to watch The Celebrity Apprentice to see the genius of Julia Morris.
Oh, yes.
She is amazing.
Julia
She is
is the
amazing.
best house on a bad street.
Without it, like she's a mansion on Shitsville.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought though? Like we saw the lead up on that, those appalling ads.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
explain. I'm going. We've just turned around. We've turned a corner in Australia, and we're going under.
Yeah.
This is it. But I did
And
tune
Denny's
in.
taking
Yeah,
us.
but
I tuned in
Julia
to-
Morris is saving us.
Oh God!
Like, there's no irony in what I'm saying. She is fucking
But
amazing.
have you seen her on the front of the Women's Day today?
No.
43 years old, and here's my first bikini.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, that's all right. I'm sure she's doing it with a twinkle in her eye.
Not really.
Isn't
not
she?
right.
No.
Women's Day. You can't have a twinkle in your eye on the Women's Day. They airbrush it out.
Yeah. I don't know. I think she's a very good self-promoter and very good at
I think she's
owning
hysterical.
it.
I love Julia.
She's really funny.
She is hysterical.
And a top chick. So
Yeah.
And you know the other thing, in those shows, you can't hide your actual personality, like in a reality show, because
Yeah.
they film so much so quickly, you end up just being, if you're an asshole, then you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Full stop. Which is why we all went, oh, Denny Hines.
Oh, isn't it? That was amazing.
Oh,
Just
Denny
that was the episode I saw, and it was brilliant.
She's I'm going to use the word, she's a prize cunt.
That word must have a hyphen.
Because she sang at a friend of mine's wedding, and she was a cunt then too. She turned up to the wedding, meant to be bringing a band, was paid to have a band. Like, you know how you get paid extra for the band, because bands are expensive here in the music industry, you know. No band, just Denny and her iPod.
No, she sang to an iPod.
She sang to an iPod. She fucked up the first song and said, no, you fucked it up. Go back. Like it was the guy with the iPod's fault. So he had to rewind it and start again. And then she sang, because she started in the wrong key or something. I don't know.
Awesome.
Terrible.
And the reason she had the iPod was because the band hated her so much they just went, fuck you, and quit like 2 days earlier.
Wow.
So she's at this wedding singing along to an iPod before every song that she sang was like, oh, here's another song about love. Not that I know anything about that.
Wait a minute.
At a wedding,
Yeah.
a celebration of love.
Yeah.
She's shitting on love.
Wait a minute. I don't. So she's single.
Shit, well, yeah, clearly.
Yes.
Yes, you need more problems in your life,
I
Hamo.
do.
But
Denny,
then-
you hook up with that shit.
Heinzie and Hamo. We're a reality TV show that no one wants it.
Then she goes,
Avoid Mario's at all costs.
then she's asked to sing, you know, her number one song, L-O-V-E Love, the Rockmelons one. That word's in cleaner. And she goes, I hate singing this song.
Oh
I
my
just
God.
hate it.
Wow.
And she goes, but you know, Ricky Lee, because it's your wedding and I love you, I'm going to do it, all right? Like this begrudging.
hilarious.
And I went up to Ricky afterwards. I mean, she's really, thank God she's, doing this as a favour. She goes, favour? I'm fucking paying her thousands of dollars. And I went, okay, she's officially a mole. Denny Hines.
Wow.
Prized mole.
That is. I've never heard that story. That is awesome.
But when we catch up, she's always asking questions about me. She's
Hold on to
lovely.
it. Hold on tight.
She's a lovely
Yeah, that's why her band quits. Imagine how many friends she's got.
man.
Oh, dear. All
Denny.
right. Denny. Yeah. So she's an actual real life arsehole.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lisa Curry on the other team just asking. Well, no, on the same team. She was asking for a little bit of guidance and help with her artwork.
Yep.
And then Denny's answer was, "You're asking me how you're going to create that? I don't care. I don't care." I don't know why she sort of sounded Italian right in the middle there.
Don't explain it. It's your interpretation of what you saw.
Yeah. Don't ask me how to create, mate. I'm not listening to you.
That's how I hear Denny Hines
That's
as well.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always hear it as an Italian man.
Yeah.
I love that last week I bring up
Problems.
Kardashian, you all hate it. As soon as we bring up Celebrity Apprentice, you're all across it.
Well, look, I'll be honest. I was completely ripped in Canberra and watched it while sitting on a bed with Will Anderson. And I've got to be
That
honest,
would be the best way to watch it.
nothing weird about it. It's just mates hanging out after a good gig, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
They
Hilarious.
have cast it well with a bunch of lulas, though. Like, you've got to cast Celebrity Apprentice with absolute bonkers.
Yeah,
Who's gone?
crazy
Who's been
people?
voted out? I don't-
Almost. There's only 5 left because it's only
Right.
like over 4 weeks.
So is Hanson still in?
Pauline Hanson's still there.
Right.
Although she may be gone by the time this goes to air.
Julia Morris's
Julia
interactions
Morris is
with
still there.
Pauline Hanson
Oh.
are fucking hilarious.
It's awesome.
They're just gold.
She's so funny.
Like I've always had a lot of admiration for Julia, but I just was enjoying every second that she appeared on the screen. I thought she was
Because
amazing.
Julia doesn't stop. Like
No.
this is why she's so good at reality TV. Like, you can't have a conversation with her without her being hilarious
Yeah.
and pulling faces and carrying on like a 2-bob watch. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Julia
Julia is Julia.
I would love to see the hours and hours and hours of offcuts that they didn't make the show, because she
No.
would have just been on the entire
I
time.
don't know if there's that much.
Really?
Like, yeah, they film, like, reality TV is done like a, precision to
You were on a reality TV show,
I
weren't
was,
you, Adam?
and it was awful.
Tell me about that.
It was called Celebrity Dog School, Steve.
Celebrity Dog School.
Celebrity Dog School.
Celebrity Dog School.
It ran.
We ran 2 Sundays at 6:30 and the rest at midday on Saturday.
Like that's prime. That's the prime position.
Prime time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But what did you have to do in Celebrity Dog School? I don't-
The hilarity is you had to get a dog that was untrained, usually your own. I didn't have one, but I'd got one for the show because I'm that needy.
That's all right. You've got Snoopy,
I got Snoopy too.
and he's great.
He's cool. He came from the RSPCA. But yeah, and you had to then learn to train the dog, and they had to do doggy tricks. Like, Dipper had his pug that had to do doggy tricks. And
Like Escape from Dipper.
Yeah. It was really fat. It could go nowhere. It was like
Get on the lamb.
4-kilo pug. Like pugs could fit in the palm of your hand. Imagine a 4-kilo dog that could fit in the palm of your hand.
You know what I'd call that? A heavy pug.
It was a soccer ball with teeth. And you had to train it to do stuff. And then because reality television is done in a hurry and on the cheap, they would go, "Can you do that again?" And I'd be like, "No, the dog doesn't I barely know this dog."
Yeah.
You don't want to be mean to the dog either. You don't want to make the dog do something it doesn't want to do.
Here's a human, learn everything about calculus in 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's like Beauty and the Geek. That's a good show.
I haven't looked. Do you know,
Is Julia Morris on it?
She should be.
She should be.
if there is another podcast, shelf podcast, can we have a no reality TV, a kibosh?
Why?
Kibosh.
See, look what I'm doing.
We've been
I'm asking you a
talking
question.
about it, mate.
You started it.
That's the only question I ever
No,
get.
I started it. I brought it up. But I'm talking about Julia Morris.
Yeah.
That's where that
Fairly.
came from.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a very funny comedian being very good.
Well,
Yeah.
we started talking about this on the
Yes.
way to talking to European Man.
Yes.
But we need
Oh,
to
yes.
talk. So, because we're running out of time.
Hello.
Hello, is that European Man?
Yeah.
Hello,
Sophie Man speaking.
Hello, European Man. How's it going?
Oh, it's going very well. Who is this?
This is the shelf. It's Adam, Justin, Tegan, Gatesy. It's the whole crew. We're all back together.
G'day.
You're all day. Is
All of
everyone
us.
there?
Everyone say hello.
Hi, European Man.
Hey, European Man.
See?
Was that everyone?
That was everyone.
That's
Why am I not there?
well, because I thought you were still in Europe.
No, I got back.
Oh, sorry.
When did you get back?
Well, I got back a couple of days ago,
Right.
and so I am free. I could come in, and we could all talk about things and catch up. Because it's been a long time for me that I have not seen all of your people, and I love you guys.
Oh, we love you too, European man.
What have you been up to in Europe?
Well, I just was there visiting family, and but it's always nice to come back here. Sometimes I think Melbourne feels like home.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny how things do change like that?
Yeah.
I remember last shelf you were talking about Adelaide.
And Adelaide. Well, actually, when I went there last time, I went and I got a map at the airport. They give you the free ones sometimes,
Yeah.
like just off the city. And there was on the map, there was this place there. I was looking around the map, and it's a place just outside the city called Great Playground.
What?
It was called the Great Playground.
The Great Playground.
And I didn't know, I didn't get along to get there, but I just imagine there would be so many fun things to do there. There'd be something there for everyone, I think. And you go there and how there's usually like a toy boat or something, and it's static, it does not move. I imagine there would be real boats and real helicopters and real horses and things like that, and you will just have a great time there.
Because it's a great playground.
It's a great
Playground. So, have any of you been to Gatesy? Have you been, Stephen? Sorry, have you been to any nice playgrounds recently? Any good ones?
I've not even noticed the Great Playground. There used to be a playground at the end of my street, but normal boats. I mean, I used to
normal things.
Go there till I was in uni, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you did not have time, you mean?
And then I just got busy,
All the study.
with friends and asking them questions,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what, European man? I am going to be in Adelaide for the Feast Festival with Talking Puffy this week. So I will go and find the Great Playground.
Go there.
And I will tell you whether it's a really good playground, an amazing playground, or a mediocre playground, and whether it's bad advertising.
Well,
if it's mediocre,
absolutely.
they should rename it.
Yeah.
I think you're right there, Tigran. But somehow I think mediocre playground does not sell it for me.
You're right. It's not really going to bring out the tourists.
No.
You see
If that was the case, I would just go with whatever the street is called or something like that.
Nice one.
Oh, bless. Well,
Will European Man be coming in to the Stutes?
we would love to have him in if he's free.
Well,
Free, European man?
It sounds to me that it must be a really big studio for you guys, or you're cramped in there, or what? Is there room for me?
It's there. Well, there's room possibly for you, but I don't know if we'll fit all of your ego.
Oh, you guys. You always do this to me. No, I'll be there for sure,
Excellent. And will you be bringing your hair?
My what?
Your hair. Have you still got the same hair? Have you had a haircut when you went back to Europe?
No, I've got the same haircut.
You didn't check out the new
Adam,
styles?
you got the same one that you do?
Yeah, no, actually, mine's a bit longer this week.
Is it?
I've got nearly a millimetre.
European man.
Yeah.
I had a friend who asked me who wanted to know if you were single or not. She really enjoyed watching you during the show. Does European man have a European lady?
Well, I'm thinking that's, I'm blushing a little bit. You can't see it on radio, but, I am, single. And, but, obviously, my flatmate, Sally Carmichael, well, we're just friends, but I'm saying we live together, but,
Not in a European way.
Yeah.
Because you still want to, maintain your freedom, don't you? And I mean, you're not really wanting to lock yourself down to any particular one.
Well, I get a little too big honest, I would, I just get so nervous around the women.
Yeah.
And I don't know, don't know what to say. And my hands, they will get wet, get clammy.
Yep.
And
Yep.
just, my heart, it pitter-patter, and just,
I know.
excuse me, I have to go.
Okay, European.
Yeah. I hear you. I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Well, thank you so much, European man. We'll talk to you next week, hopefully.
Look, Adam and everyone, I would love to do that.
All right.
Beautiful.
Yeah, great.
Well, big
Thank
air
you, guys.
kisses because you're European. Mwah, mwah.
Okay. See you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hamo says goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, dear.
What a beautiful soul.
He has a beautiful soul. That's one thing. I've seen
Very-
the bottom of his shoes. And
very
they're
generous.
They're very nice.
Very giving, very generous, especially on stage.
Very generous.
Very generous.
We will be back with more shelf. I was going to say Puffcast.
Poof, why?
That's the other one that I do.
Yeah. We can change things up.
No,
We
no.
can mess things around.
You don't want to have any of the
Really?
conversations we have in that podcast on this one. It's distressing.
Single entendre.
Yeah, we don't even have that.
Really?
We'll be back with more next time on the Shelfcast. Gatesy, thank you.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Tegan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hamo.